Okay, and then next we have a tweet from Guillermo, which is pretty cool, just saying that Vercel API now exposes the billing endpoint, so you can actually see what your cloud infrastructure consumption looks like. You can run cost simulations, and it'll suggest optimization. So that's really cool. This kind of speaks to the idea of like now with AI, you need everything to be accessible via CLI. The web browser is actually the worst place for agents to do work. You want them to be able to use an API, MCP, or CLI. It seems like CLI is kind of the most deterministic because you can do like help, but then also now that you have the new Cloudflare MCP that we talked about, which just has search and execute, that's kind of interesting as well because you can just search for tools instead of having a massive like context of a list of like thousands of tools. But it's cool. It also uses like this focus standard, which I hadn't heard about before, but it's essentially a standard. I forget what it stands for, but it's an acronym for like financial ops or whatever. And you can take your cost data from all these different platforms like AWS, Google, etc., and Vercel now as well, and kind of blend it into one product as well. So I'm sure there's like dashboards and stuff that support focus where you can kind of view all these things at once, but now also you can just have your agent build these things. So that's where I feel like agents are really useful, is like, build me a product that renders focus data and fetches it from all of my different platforms that I'm supporting. And that's something sick, as opposed to being like, oh, make a new data platform, like a live service, and let's launch it to the public. It's like these internal tools is where AI can really be leveraged to gain a lot of data and like do some interesting, cool stuff and experiment with these new ideas and APIs and functionality that's being launched.